Hello everyone, so I'll just go over the Measure Tool version 1.1, and about installation, please do check the version 1 video I posted previously about installation. All you have to do is just replace the icons and the script and you are good to go. I will also go over some of the problems people had. They emailed me encounter some issues. So I will cover that a bit towards the end of the video. So let's go over the what's new first. Now it's a small update, but I think you will find it very useful. So it's basically only with the creation of the distance tools itself, and you can choose the option whether do you want to constrain or pin the distance tool locators to the selected vertices or not. So this is this button here is the toggle on and off. So this means it's on with this triangle blue, right? And this is off. So on, off. Now how this works is if let's say I create the cube, select some two vertices, and let's say it's on. So I want to create distance tools and constrain to those vertices. So create. So once I scale the cube, distance tools will follow, right? Now if I turn this on like this, and now select some vertices, create again. Now if I move the cube, you can see that this one is not constrained. This means that now you can also select, perhaps move it somewhere else, right, if you want. Okay, so I hope this was clear enough. So and you found it useful, and that's pretty much what's new in the this version, and everything else is exactly the same. So this deletes everything and clears. Now what I want to now cover is some of the issues people emailed me. How to cover this? So the distance tools, actually, when you constrain distance tool to the vertices, it's based on the constraint in Maya called point on poly. Now this one is based on the UVs of the object. Now if UVs are if something strange is going on with the UVs, the point on poly constraint will not work properly, and this also means that the distance tools, the script will not work properly. One of the possible issues you might encounter is while modeling, and let's say I create another cube. If I go into UV editor and select the cube, as you can see my UVs are exactly the same, right? Now if I go into vertices and create the distance tool between those, it will work because those are separate objects. But what happens if those objects have exactly the same UVs and then let's say combine them, right? So now what happens if I add the same vertices and add this? See how it didn't add between those two but somewhere else. In this case it's between those two, which is not what we want. This is happening because if I go into UV editor, I have the overlapping UVs, right? So this is the issue what some of you might encounter. The solution to this is very simple. If you don't care while you're modeling, if you don't care about UVs, then you can simply go into the modeling UVs and just do automatic projection, right? And then delete history, and what happens is that now UVs are all over the place, but they are not overlapping anymore, which is desirable for our tool to work properly. So now if I select vertices and do the same, see how it works properly because we don't have the overlapping UVs anymore. If UVs are important, be sure to check that something is not overlapping and whatnot. So this is one of the issues. Now this is the issue only with when you want to constrain, right, to the like this. If you want to constrain select vertices, this is not the problem is not evident when you turn off this option, so you don't want to constrain the distance tool. Let's say if I again, let's create new object, so we have the UVs are again default. Create another object and then combine. So we have now at this point we have overlapping UVs, right? So overlapping UVs. So in this, if something is going on, then you want just to do quick measure, you can turn off this option, constraining, and just do it like this, and this will work properly when it's not using constraint, right? So you can quickly do a measure, but it's not constraining, right? If I move, it's not connected to this vertex, but it doesn't matter if it's UVs are overlapping or not. It's only for constraining, as I said. Now, another issue you might encounter is if I go into rigging, right, into constraint and point on poly. Be sure to check, so constraint, point on poly, go to options, right, and just reset the options, and then choose add. It will give the error, but this is just the warning, right? Nothing wrong, just to save these options. Now, what might happen, let's say if I have maintain offset and then add, let's say, and then let's do the modeling UV automated projection, let's say. So, you know, UVs are okay, not overlapping, and then I want to create constraining, but it's not working. Like, so we don't have the overlapping UVs, but constraining is still not working. So this is because something is perhaps the point on poly option is something is different here. So in this case, just go edit, reset option, so default one, click add. It will give the error, but that doesn't matter. Just the warning is this is just to save these options, and then you close. Now if I do again and do like this, it's working, right? So these are some of the issues some of you had, and hopefully this makes it a little more intuitive to use, right, and easier. Okay, that's it. Cheers, guys.